Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're getting into the Crypto Playbook by Bankroll Wealth Builders. Our goal here is to give you a really clear roadmap for, securing and managing your digital assets. And we're focusing on a family-centric approach for long-term wealth. Think of this as your shortcut to getting properly informed.
Exactly. And it's really about building confidence, isn't it? Giving you that foresight to navigate what feels like a new frontier. We'll pull out the key strategies, the essential insights from the book, tailored for you.
Okay, so when we talk security, wallets are usually ground zero, right? For families thinking long-term wealth, what's the absolute basic thing they need to get about wallet types? Why is it so critical?
Right, that's definitely the cornerstone. You've got hot wallets, basically, software, always online, good for, small, quick things. But for the main stuff, your significant digital assets. Cold storage is essential. Hardware wallets, maybe even paper. The key insight here, I think, for families is actively deciding to keep your main assets offline. It's like step one in long-term protection. It's moving the family silver from the kitchen drawer to a proper safe, basically.
And there's another layer there too, custodial versus non-custodial.
Right.
That feels really important for actually owning your assets.
Oh, absolutely crucial. Custodial means someone else holds your keys. Think exchanges. Non-custodial. That means you hold the keys. True ownership. And, well, that immediately brings up how do you keep those keys safe? Your seed phrase, that mnemonic phrase, it's everything. It needs secure offline backup. Never, ever digital. Strong PNs are a must. And, for extra security. Look into a 25th word, a passphrase you add yourself makes it way tougher to crack.
Okay, moving beyond just my keys, what about a family's digital presence? How do things like decentralized domain names fit in, like ENS?
Yeah, this is where that family-centric idea really comes alive. These domains like yourfamilyname.eth or something similar, they let you create one easy-to-read address that can point to multiple wallets. It helps build a unified digital identity for the whole family's assets, makes things much cleaner, and it gets even better when you combine it with multi-sig wallets.
Multi-sig, right? Needing more than one key to approve a transaction. Sounds super secure, but is it really complicated for a family to actually set up a 2 of 3 system, maybe?
People often think it's more complex than it is. Honestly, a 2 of 3 setup just means, say, 2 out of 3 designated people need to sign off. It gets rid of that single point of failure. Someone loses a key, it's okay. Someone goes rogue, can't drain the funds alone. It's fantastic for family wealth, better security, shared control, and it's incredibly useful for succession planning down the line.
Okay, so we've got security, family identity sorted. Now, the big picture, long-term wealth and inheritance. Bitcoin keeps getting called digital gold. For families, what's the real takeaway there as a long-term store of value?
Well, beyond just the digital gold label, the core thing for families is its provable scarcity. Only 21 million coins ever. Combine that with its decentralization, no single entity controls it, and it starts to look like a unique global reserve asset. For families wanting a hedge against inflation, something truly long-term, that predictable supply is, well, pretty compelling.
But crypto's volatile, right? So how should families approach actually accumulating it without getting stressed by the price swings?
Yeah, dollar cost averaging or DCA. It's simple but powerful. The real benefit isn't just smoothing out the price bumps, it's the discipline it enforces. You invest a set amount regularly no matter the price. It takes the emotion out of it. And over time, you tend to lower your average buying cost. It turns volatility into, well, less of a scary thing for your family's plan.
Okay, makes sense. But then there's the tricky part, often missed. Passing these assets on. How do you handle inheritance with private keys? This whole crypto life insurance idea.
Right, that leads straight into planning for succession. It's a unique challenge. Solutions. Well, multi-sig, again, is one route heirs or trustees hold keys. Or you could explore things like time-locked smart contracts. These are like digital agreements that release funds only when certain conditions are met, maybe a future date. The absolute key, though, is clear, securely stored instructions. And making sure this digital plan fits into your overall legal estate planning. You definitely don't want your digital wealth locked away forever because nobody knew how to access it.
Wow, okay. So you've gone from the basics of securing keys, building that family digital identity, all the way through to long-term strategies like Bitcoin as a reserve, using DCA, and planning for inheritance.
Yeah, it really shows that handling digital assets isn't just about hoping the price goes up. It's about comprehensive strategic wealth management, thinking about the future, protecting and growing things for the next generation.
So it really leaves one big question for you listening. How are you going to proactively manage your family's digital future? How will you ensure these assets become a generational advantage, not, a complicated puzzle later on?